I've had a lot of requests for a shop tour lately, so, okay, it was one guy, Andrew Jones. So this video is for you, Andrew Jones. I thought the inside was a little embarrassing, so I figured I'd do a makeover also. This is before the makeover, just in case you were wondering. My drum sander, my planer. There's a CNC station, dust collector. Then we go up these awkward 3 steps here. They look more like a shelf most of the time. Chop saw, drill press, main workbench is right in front of you. Scroll saw, belt sander, band saw, clamps on the wall, storage, table saw, and the wood stove. Now I figured the best way to do this would be to put the floor in first, and then remove the old floor and just move everything down to the new floor. So I had to dig out underneath quite a bit. I've actually been digging this for probably the last, well, it's been since COVID. I've already got half the floor done in this video, but I figured I'd show you part of it anyway. Now the whole reason this thing's split level to begin with is because I was being cheap and I was trying to save some money on floor joists. So if I built it up high enough, I didn't have to get pressure treated floor joists. And in the end, it saved me like 50 bucks. And then when I built the new part, I wanted to be able to drive the lawnmower in there or the side-by-side in there and work on it out of the weather if I had to. So I wanted that as close to the ground as possible. I think the overall difference between the floors is like 30 inches, so there's not a whole lot of room to crawl around down here. And now the fun part begins. I have a hard time throwing some things away, but don't worry, I'll make the right choice in the end. To be or not to be? That is the question. Here's the new shop. I've got everything laid out kind of how I want it. I've only had a couple of months like this, so I'm still kind of figuring out the flow of things. Here's the main workbench. There's the bandsaw. Got the drill press. I added a chisel mortiser. I've got the chop saw station, table saw right in the middle, planers down on the end, the dust collector, and the big drum sander. Here's where I spend most of the time, is right here at my workbench. And down here in the drawers, I have most of my hardware that I use on the crates and stuff that I've been building a lot. Over here is just miscellaneous items. Under here I've got a drawer that holds my chisels and my planes and my Japanese saw that's back there. Got the bench brush, nice little tray with the utility knives, my scuzz chisel, and underneath the workbench I have all my pipe clamps, my big pipe clamps. Over here's the bandsaw. Nice easy access to it. I can move it around a little bit if I have to. And in this garbage can I keep rags for staining and whatnot. And here's the drill press. And under the drill press I have some drill bits. I've got the chuck key. That's where I keep all my Forstner bits. Keep this coffee can around for all the shavings so I can just sweep them off into there to try to keep the place clean. Here's my miter station. I built this little hood for it to catch most of the sawdust. Up here I have router bits, pocket hole jig, driver bits, glue. Use this for when I'm cutting a lot of the same length. I just use that as a stop. Down here I've got a bunch of tool storage. Directly across from the miter saw I have the table saw set up. Underneath I put a little bin to catch all the sawdust because this model doesn't have very good dust collection. Down here is the planer and the drum sander. I've got the planer set up on this shelf, this cabinet with wheels so it can be moved around easily. And here I just keep miscellaneous whatevers. Use the dust collector for easy hookup to the planer or the drum sander. Now in the back corner I have lumber storage. This is where I keep all the longer boards. This is everything that's like 2 feet and below. Over here I've got a rack that holds everything that's over 2 feet. I put a shelf in all the way around just to hold whatever. I still have some cabinets that are up too high. I'm going to have to move those eventually. And I'm thinking over here, in this area, I'm going to build a big old shelf just to hold a bunch of other things. Here's all the paints and glues and screws, paint rollers, sandpaper, bar clamps, and over here we have the wood stove. Now back here in this corner is the newest addition. I just built a little office area to keep the computer, keep the dust off it and whatnot. I got my printer in here, the CNC out through the wall, curtain to keep the dust out. This is the office area. It's very nice. Got my laser for the CNC in here. Miscellaneous things in this drawer. Right now it's moisture meter and paint brushes. Label printer, regular printer, boxes for shipping, camera stuff, random stuff. Over here is the CNC now. Bits are right below it. I've come up with a door to cover this because when you cut, huge shavings all over the computer. Back in this corner, we have just open shelves with a bunch of random stuff. Starting fluid, card cleaner, WD-40, welding helmets, chainsaws, battery chargers, pack-a-box, hunting stuff, hunting coat, extension cord, some shipping supplies, bubble wrap, guest chair. White thing here is an epoxy tray for doing epoxy tables. And that's pretty much it. Andrew Jones, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you watch it, because I made it for you.